And I'm like, dude, that is so. I'm not going to use the words I would use on Stuck in Traffic.
I know.
I'm not going.
I appreciate you for that.
I'm not going to use those words.
Because I just fussed it. Yeah.
I'm not, but it's like I got a like a big. I can't stand that. That's just me. I mean, it just.
It is very, and it's pretty common for men to do that. Sad to say. It's like, you know.
It is, and it's.
I don't understand it.
Yeah,
it ain't nobody's business.
No, it ain't. It ain't. But
especially if a girl be like, nah, not me. So now you out here looking like a whole bitch, like you just, so you out here lying.
Exactly. It's like that's. I'm like, I don't know, but yeah, carry on. I just had to say, it's like I'm like whatever, and he went into that. It's like this. Go ahead.
I'm listening.
I'm about to take over this moment.
I mean,
it's like this. All right. When the last time you heard from this guy? Exactly.
That I heard from him or heard about him?
From him or about him. You probably
when he was going blind.
See, and that was like a long time ago or something.
It was a few years ago.
Yeah,
they said he went blind.
Yeah, that's why his suit looked the way.
Yeah.
Anyway,
he looked like he could see to me.
Anyway, but my thing is, all right, you haven't heard from this guy in all this long time, and all of a sudden he drops an album and a documentary, and now you feel the need to do this.
I was very strategic.
I'm like, dude, you're selling records. You're trying to sell records. For one, nobody want to hear 20. I don't know. I'm speaking for me. I don't want to hear 27 songs on one album of anybody.
I'm not listening to 27 songs. The last song, I'm trying to think, what's the last song, the last album that had a whole bunch of songs that I listened to? Tupac.
Yep, the last one.
That's the last one.
Yep, Tupac and like Bone did a double CD.
Didn't do that either.
And I listened to that. But yeah, that's it. That's it. It's like that. But, especially singing. Fuck, man. Damn.
Do men like R&B?
Yeah, I like R&B.
I mean, like R&B singers.
I don't. It's like I like R&B. I like the older shit though. But like some of like Chris Brown shit be good.
Oh, that's my boo.
I know. I like some of his shit, but it's like I don't know it unless it like come on. Mm-hmm. Like the ones I listen to is like shit. I know the words and shit.
Oh, all
but
right.
like Chris Brown, it's like Chris Brown just make good music. Of whatever he makes, the shit sound good to me. So I know. So.
Hey, boo.
Shout out Chris Breezy.
I might add him, see will he listen. Come on the show. I will DM you my number. Because I've always been a fan. And I'm so glad he turned 18 because I felt real gross. Like, oh. Then he grew up. I was like, okay.
I'm good now.
I can let people know how I feel.
Oh, good Lord. But yeah, all right. Carry on.
So yeah, and it just like, more than anything, what I got from that episode, that show, whatever the fuck it was, is he needs some therapy, he needs some healing, and then he raising 3 girls, so not only are you dealing with your shit, you're dealing with their stuff, and they gotta watch you go through all of this, because he's raising his sister's children. I'm like, they got to watch you be a whole, just go get some help. I don't know.
I don't know, but whatever, man.
And then
they talk about the real shit. Go ahead.
Jada Pinkett.
All right.
I said, listen to this Virgo bullshit. That is the first thing that came to my mind. Sis was prepared. When I tell you she prepared for that shit. Because it seemed calculated. It seemed like she knew what to say and directed the conversation so that it wasn't so... You might drift off a little bit, but now we're going to come right back to what I plan on talking about. This is it. Mm-hmm. There's not going to be a whole bunch of explanations. And it was like, the Virgo,
Go ahead.
We want to, speaking for me.
Go ahead.
We victimize ourselves so not to seem like we the ones wrong. That's what it felt like. Mm-hmm. It was like, I'm not going to admit that I'm wrong. I'm good for what you say. But nah, I'm not wrong at all. And it's funny because I've been told that I always think I'm right. Yeah, because I am. But I'm not wrong. And it just was like that whole thing and the way the narrative they gave around him. he was sick. He was very damaged. We were here to help him. Ma'am, you are 21 years older than this boy. Mm-hmm. So, he young, full of it, ready. Are you really going to say no to Jada Pinkett? Seriously. Would you say no to Jada Pinkett?
I would. She's too little for me.
She is tiny.
But but I know what you're saying.
Yeah. You know, it's like,
broke ass Stark. No, he wouldn't. Or even Rich Stark, he probably wouldn't either. But, that's beside the point. But I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
And it's like...
It's Jada Pinkett.
It's Jada Pinkett. Yeah. And he, like, somebody he probably grew up idolizing. And,
True indeed. True indeed.
So when she pushing up on you, because I'm pretty sure she was like... And then in my head, you giving him sponge baths and shit, trying to make him feel better because he's sick. And now, just look at you. Damn it. You all the way took advantage of that baby.
Probably. But, I mean, he was grown.
Was he, though?
I mean, shit. Legally, he was grown. He was grown. No matter, it's like, this is what I got from the shit. And it is what it is. But, honestly, I was surprised how far it got with the people, like, with their opinions of what's going on. Like, I'm watching the interview, and, people like, look at Will, he's so hurt, he's so damaged. That's bullshit.
You think so?
I know. Listen, it's like, if you listen to it, Will damn near narrated the shit. Cause she go to talk, he was like, no, he said, let's keep in mind, this shit was 4 years ago.
Oh, they made sure to stress the time.
He was like, this was 4 years ago. And he said, look, and I was gone. He said, at that point, I felt like I was done with your ass.
Yeah, he meant that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, all right. And then from there, they always talked about how they have an open marriage. They always talked about that shit. Mm-hmm. It's been, I watched the episode of that where she said, we may be married, but you might be on one end of the house with somebody and I'd be on the other end of the house with somebody. She said this on the red table. So I'm like, motherfuckers acting all surprised at some shit. I'm like, I didn't get what people are getting from it. Like, they take a still shot of his face and put, look at the hurt in his eyes. I could take a still shot of you right now and put it up and say, look at the hurt. See? And you fine. It's like that shit was, I didn't get all that from it. I didn't get he's in so much pain. And I didn't get that.
But see, I did, but I'm emotional. So.
I didn't get that. It's like, I was just looking at all the facts around the whole shit. Like they were separated. They always talked about their open marriage. She talking about we'll be married. You on one end of the house with somebody, and I'm on the one end of the house. Oh, and I didn't get all that. I was like, dude, just trying to sell records. And they in that interview, they was like, I just don't understand why now. You know exactly why. He trying to sell fucking records, and nobody cares about August Alsina. What is that his name?
That is his name.
Nobody. I'm not talking about like his parents or some shit. I'm talking about the world of R&B. Did you care about August Alsina before this?
Every time I listen to Kevin Gates, I don't get tired because that's who's singing the hood.
Well, yeah, just then. Who cares? I don't give a fuck. But nobody cares. Nobody cares about August Alsina at a musical standpoint. That's what I'm saying. So, all right, if I do this, some shit that happened 4 years ago, and you look at Jada and Will right now, you look at them right now, they look like they just living their best shit right now. Mm-hmm. With the little red table, Will back doing movies, he doing all this shit, bungee jumping, swimming with sharks, all kind of weirdo shit. He's having a good fucking time. So, all right, now it's the time to say something. If it affected you that much, it wouldn't have took you 4 years to say something.
They made sure to I can't think of words today for nothing. They made sure to stress that the time period of it was years. They said that more than once.
Yeah. Because it was like the way he put it out there was like this shit was really like shit. This was like recent shit.
Yeah.
But I just didn't get all that. But everybody else reading into it, I'm like, Will is in so much pain.
Stop it! I thought so too. I was like, he looked like he been up crying all night.
He looked like I'm sick of talking about this shit. Come on, get it. Talk. What were you doing? No. A fucking entanglement? No. What were you doing?
Oh, that was hilarious.
That shit was crazy. That shit was crazy to me. He was like, that's what I got from him. I got from like, dude, this shit is so far behind me.
But what I did like is they spoke about that, and that was it. And then they talked about their marriage. Mm-hmm. So, look, you see I got a page full of notes. It was some shit that she said, and it made me think about it. You know, we want to heal others without healing ourselves. Because she was saying how she wanted to take care of him and she wanted to heal him. And something she was like, you think that your childhood trauma can be fixed through fixing people. And I was like,
hey, goddamn Tarek. I know that's what you were saying.
That's exactly what I fucking said. I said, if that ain't Tarek and the shit that you sent me the other day, that is you.
Yeah.
That is you. And then I thought about me too. Mm-hmm. Like how I'm such a great advice giver for other people, but my shit be so all over the place and I be crazy in my own head. But it sounds so, you know, but when I talk to other people, it's like, it's because we don't fix our own shit.
You ain't got to tell me.
Man, and that's what, let me tell you, in my therapy session last week had me fucked up all day. Like all day that day and the day after that, because I feel it's a blockage somewhere that I have to fix in order to like really be great.
That's how mine. That's basically how mine went. Mm-hmm. It was like I told you when I decided to do this, the therapy. It was because I knew it was shit I had to fix, and I needed to start quickly. Mm-hmm. Even though it's been a long time, I needed to take a step. So that's why I did it, and like it was blocking. But once I got that part out. Is like, all right, that's the biggest step of it right there.
Yes.
So, but yeah, that shit is
just like a big
cause that weight, shit you talking years and years of that shit and I know it was very unfair to my right hand because you know you don't be able to give everything because it's so much it's other bullshit that you feel you gotta keep in order when you really don't owe that to anybody else. So that's what made and it's like I definitely get what she's saying because it's like you can't give 100% if you're not all the way there. Mm-hmm. So it's like because I was speaking to her the other night and I was like, well, we like step for step with everything we doing, step for step, boom, we just moving. Like she'll get a little lead and I'm like, nah, and she catch up with step for step. And then after a while, I start falling behind, and it's like I couldn't catch up. So, but yeah, I know. You gotta, and the best thing I heard them say out of that whole interview was when they said, no matter how our relationship is, we've never kept secrets from each other. That was the best thing.
I wrote that down.
It was something like that. I might have said it right, but yeah, it was like that was the biggest thing I took from it. Because of my situation.
Yep.
That was the biggest thing I took for it, and I'm gonna carry that on with me. Because that was when they said that, I was like, wow. So
because that's some real shit.
Yeah, it's real. It's like think about it, you just we always tell the truth, let the worst come. Mm-hmm. Shit, the worst then came without telling the truth. And telling the truth would have been better. Mm-hmm. And so But yeah, that's all. I ain't like far as all that other stuff. I ain't get all that. I felt like they only addressed it because the people was, Jada need to go to the red table. But I'm like, dude, y'all sitting there acting like y'all don't know. They done been talking about they in the open. Yes, they been in the open. Come on. But
and it's just, if anything, it said a lot about marriage.
Yeah.
Like that's really, and I wanted to get. I was like, babe, I want you to watch this with me. He said, for what? I'm like, so he ain't watch it with me. No. But I'm just like, it just says a lot about, like, marriage really meaning. Because back in the day, it wasn't you leaving or we get divorced. We, okay.
Yeah.
We going to stay together.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people still have that now.
Yeah.
Like, they be ready to, marriage is so